So today we're going to be looking at my Sabre and the kind of things I'm trying to do to learn to dogfight. As you may have seen, I have got a couple of dogfighting videos where I've tried. All have been keyboard and mouse up until now. So now I've got my sticks, I'm really trying to learn to do it. And by really trying, I haven't tried too much right now. So before we bring that up, I want to show you what I have on it, just so you can see what I'm running and the kind of things you might want to run. I think this works really well. We do have one cooler. We've got the vapor block. I don't think we need two in this. We've got two Delta Max power plants. We've got the Zephyr quantum drive and two Targa shields. Obviously, they're the best ones. You have to put them on. They're just really good. As for these, we haven't changed the missiles. I'm unsure of what I want to do with the missiles yet, and I want to learn more of the gunfighting, so I'm focusing on that. We have the Panther repeaters. So these are really good. I did have the attrition 2s, or 3s maybe, I can't remember. But I just think for PvE, they are great. But for PvP, they're just way too slow. Like when you're against actual players and they're doing the movements and stuff, you can't hit them. It's so hard to do. So what we're going to do is bring it up, and I just want to show you the kind of things I've been learning and just give like a quick bounty mission a go, especially now that we can see the missions because we don't have a crime stat. I tell you what, looking at these missions, I'm happy. I can see missions again. However, I probably will end up getting another crime stat soon, but let's not pay attention to that. However, here's the Sabre, and I tell you what, when I first got the sticks, I was flying around on my Cutlass Drake for a while, doing stuff with that. And then at one point, I was like, let me bring the Sabre out, that might help. So I bought the Sabre out, and I think the Sabre is my favourite ship so far to fly, with the sticks. It's just, something about it is phenomenal. But as you can see, we can max power on everything in this mode, and then the next. So like we have plenty of power. We're not going to be short of that anytime soon. So hit that, and then it's just so versatile. Look at it go. Right, so I'm going to get a bit out so nobody's going to bother us, because you know we don't want that. But a couple of things I've been looking at before we go into the bounty missions. I want to one of the things is a bit hard. However, one of the, like, saying all of this, I've practiced like a tiny bit, and I was told by my org mates, like people in the org, they've been super helpful with this. They were really, to be fair, they were very, what's the word, patient with me. Oh, stop. Oh, am I still in? There you go. And I blacked out. But yeah, they've been super patient with me. They helped me out massively. Even just small things. So a really obvious thing is, I'll tell you what, let's get away from the asteroids for a minute, because I'm going to be flying a bit hectic. So when you're trying to fight someone and you're shooting, usually you're like, okay, I need to keep the pip onto the target. So you're shooting. But notice my movement is like stationary. So if they're shooting, they're hitting me every time. So a good thing to do is boost to the left, boost to the right, boost up, boost down. So as you're going in and trying to shoot, you boost left, you boost right, you go up, you go down. It's hard to show, and I'll show that in a bit when I'm fighting. And I feel like that doesn't work as well against the AI, but it definitely works against people. However, another thing that is quite good to learn is actually like being able to get around objects and do an orbit around it. So one thing I didn't know is if you're locked in an orbit doing this, that's not great, because apparently this is the slowest way to turn. So instead, you want to get locked in an orbit where you're doing this. Shouldn't be turning. But yeah, and you'll see how. Let's get into this. There's a chance I mess this up, and if I do, that's okay. I'm not a professional. Like I said, I'm just trying to learn. So what you want to do is you want to boost up, or not boost up, but go up, and then tilt down and just keep pushing forward. I'm not going up anymore. I'm just pushing forward and I'm orbiting the target. And if I feel like I'm getting too far, I can do that. Then we boost up a little bit. Just to, I keep saying boost up. I'm not boosting, but I am just, all I'm doing is tapping forward whilst tilting my aim down, and we are orbiting the target. So, you know, already this is like a huge, like, this is a super easy thing to learn and practice, just so you can get better with it, because the better you are at this, the better you are at like getting around and tracking your opponent, right? Which is super handy, something I didn't know. Now, another thing that I cannot get for the life of me right now, so if you have any tips, is picking like, okay, let's go for a smaller asteroid. Let's pick this one. Now, usually there'd be a sunny side and there'd be a dark side. But right now, the sun is just peeking round. Isn't actually lighting any of these. Aha, it's lighting some over here. There you go. So we'll pick this. Pick this big one. So a good thing to do, apparently, and not apparently, I was watching them do it and I was like, how are you doing this? Well, I'm going to try and explain it, although I don't fully know myself. You want to stick to this side of the whole thing, right? This whole thing. We're going to try and stick with that whilst going around. But I just, they were like flying around and going up and going back and going down and going around. And I haven't quite got that one yet. So I can't show that off too much. But it's like, it's kind of like mini orbiting whilst just keeping pressure really close up. And like tracing the outlines of stuff. So, like, yeah, I don't get this. Yeah, I try. I'm gonna keep trying that, and hopefully in a later video we'll get it. However, let's try a quick bounty mission and just kind of see where we're at with the rest of the stuff. So, I'm not very good with the bounty hunters, I don't think, clearly. So we've got a low risk target. Let's just accept the offer. Let's go to maps and let's just, it's an invalid target apparently. So let's head on over to it. Apparently that's an invalid target. Rude. It's pretty easy to get to. It looks like it's got a marker as well, so typically we can't get there. Is that right next to, no, it's not next to Grim. I think that's Seraphim, right? So we'll go here, and then there it is. Reach target location. So I believe, unlike the Vaughn missions, these ones are aggro straight away. So we're going to get in kind of close. Got to be careful because this ship is fast. And then I'm going to try and show off kind of what I've learned and kind of where I'm at, which it's not going to be impressive, by the way. What are these? They're both red, both moving. Oh, there you go. But that's not the target though, so all we need to do is take out the target. Ignore that. That's definitely not an exploded ship. Okay, where is he? I see them too. Oh. Still don't see it. I see. This is one of these missions where they're just hidden. I think because they're smaller ships. There you go. That way. That way. And there we have this guy. Is one of them ships a vulture? I mean, that's not too difficult to take out. So, I mean, this guy's far enough away. I can't get a lock on him at all. There you go. I don't even know what he's in. So what I'm going to try and do is get like a mini orbit around him for a sec. And I'm going to... You want to... Oh, of course. I'm chaffing. I'm everything. You can hear it. Oh. Right. This isn't fair. Right. So we're doing pretty well. I'm kind of not concentrating. But now we want to get above. We're faster. So we can do this. And it doesn't look like we're going to... Yeah. We're not going to see too much. So I'm going to go to the others. Wherever they were. And take them out. Just to kind of show you that when we're fighting, we want to be boosting one way, boosting another, going up, but while shooting the same location. I find it difficult. Okay, here we go. Oh no, they're over that way. That's the closest one. I think that's the ship I just destroyed. Okay, well this is a vulture. So I don't know how this is going to go. It's not the most maneuverable ship. But we'll head on over to it. And then I just want to show off the kind of moving about whilst keeping your pip on them. Now there is another thing that with your pip, you want to keep the pip like as close to centered as you can. Okay, what's the other ship? I'm going to go for this one first. Right, so I'm going to get close. And then if I can center that pip, that's apparently very good. So, okay. Now we're going up and down. Oh, bit rude. Now my turning is horrendous. Just so you know. So now I'm in that. I don't want to be in that. He's going to start firing at me soon, probably. But we're good enough, or we're quick enough that he's struggling. So this can work against AI, that strategy, but I would highly recommend not doing that. And then if we can keep behind him, which is great, then, you know, pretty good. And the Panthers, yes, they're going to take a bit longer than the attritions, but this is mainly for PvP. I know I'm doing PvE now, but I don't think I'm at a point where I can do PvP properly. But yes, the Panthers are fun, and I love like the constant firing of stuff, but not the best. However, let's go take out the last one and see how we get on. Let's send him a nice little present first. That's one of the missiles. Nice hit. No, I'm hitting him. Oh. Okay, cool. So we are struggling here. Yeah, see, my movement is something that is awful. We kept behind him though. Oh, I'm just stopping there. See how slow it is for me to try and spin around on him there. Try and do it sideways. We got a few hits, a few more, and then try and pull it back. Now I'm gonna want to try and get like an orbit of some kind, but it's kind of hard because they're just flying around. But you want to keep your nose you want to keep them horizontal, right? It's kind of hard to show with the computer because they're a bit slow. It's not like fighting a real person, but this is much better than I was getting. Like, I used to suck at this, like, a lot more. I know I'm sucking now, but that's how it goes. Did I just destroy you? No. There you go. Boom. And just like that, we did it. So, you know, we're kind of not terrible. Could have been better. But you do have, like, let me see if I can show it. Let's turn this. So if I'm like, okay, how do I do this? I want to go back. Like, you can see me going sideways like this. So if I'm just like turning and doing this, it's hard to see. The best way to do it is just like have a friend and just like try and fight them as you're both like side strafing, going up, going down, and just constantly changing the direction you're going. But another thing I learned is if you're trying to escape anything, you can get into nav mode. So you're going away. You don't have to go straight away. And then you want to boost up, but then slow spin. And you essentially go in like a corkscrew. So you can just fly away. You can start without nav mode just to try and like get away from them. But if you're really trying to get out, last resort, you've got nothing left. Nav mode and then just boost. And you can see we're going like, you can't really tell, but we're creating like a corkscrew, so we're really hard to hit. Our pip is going to be going all over the place. But yeah, I've been super enjoying this, and I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of people saying like, come on dude, like this is terrible. But everyone has to start somewhere, right? And this is where I'm starting. We're like, we're exactly a week into me having sticks, and I've basically just been doing Vaughn missions. So, you know, I've not had too much proper PvE, PvP even, and dogfighting lessons. The Cutlass Black was fun, but it didn't cut it. It was kind of getting... It's got such a low health pool. It gets annihilated way too easy. Now that I've got the Taurus, it dominates. But it's a very different kind of fighting. So that's one thing I've been trying to kind of learn off and trying to deal with that as well, is like how to fight in the Connie as opposed to this, because it's very different than just wiggling about, going up and down, because it's big enough that you're probably going to hit it, let's be honest. But yeah, I've been enjoying this, and I hope you have too. If you have, please let me know by smashing the like button. Honestly, the amount that helps out is huge, as well as commenting, you know, kind of what you think I should be doing. So like, you know, there's plenty of things I will be doing wrong during these fights. So I kind of want to do like little updates every now and again to be like, okay, how good are we now? We've been doing this. Maybe we can test out some PvP. Whereas right now, we're just not... I don't feel PvP ready. I mean, I could try and keep getting annihilated. I'm okay with that. It's expected. But eventually, I want to be at a point where I'm PvP ready. I feel good. Okay, and then I kind of want to just show you this again. Like, this is the one thing I learned and I can do. Everything else is like, I can kind of do it, but at the same time, I kind of can't. But yeah, oh, if it was the other way, I could do it from that way. That's the good thing with sticks, is I can fly in third person mode. But yeah, all I'm doing here is holding up, like holding like for my ship to look down very slowly, and then just tapping forward when I need to, and we're just going around it, and that is how you end up with the orbit. And it's just, you know, learning to control, and this is one part of the control that I've learned. And it's, yeah, it's probably making you dizzy because it's making me a bit dizzy. But yeah, I've been enjoying this. I hope you have too. And I will catch you all in the next one.